So the next scheme is Pahal scheme. Pahal scheme. It is a direct benefit transfer of LPG scheme. So what do you mean by direct benefit transfer? It is the transfer of subsidies directly into the bank account of beneficiaries. Okay, so it is the transfer of subsidies directly into the bank account of beneficiaries or customers. So we can reduce corruption through this direct benefit transfer mechanism. Okay, and there are some issues related to LPG subsidy like lack of accountability, then poor consumer services, then diversion of subsidies to LPG, etc. So in order to solve these problems related to LPG subsidy, the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas introduced this Pahal scheme. Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas introduced this Pahal scheme in order to solve the problems related to LPG subsidy. Okay, so Pahal scheme, it is a direct benefit transfer of LPG scheme. Through this direct benefit transfer scheme, subsidies directly transferred to the bank account of beneficiaries, and we can reduce corruption through this direct benefit transfer. There are some issues related to LPG subsidy like lack of accountability, poor consumer services, diversion of subsidies LPG. So in order to solve these problems, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas introduced this Pahal scheme. Earlier, under this Pahal scheme, Aadhaar is mandatory. But in the revamped version of Pahal scheme, even if the customer does not have the Aadhaar number, he or she get the benefit under this scheme through the bank account. So there are two options under this revamped version of Pahal scheme. In the case of first option, if the Aadhaar number is available, then it will be the medium of cash transfer. So in the first option, if the Aadhaar number is available, then this Aadhaar number acts as the medium of cash transfer. Thus, an LPG customer must link an Aadhaar number with the bank account and the LPG consumer number. So the customer should link this Aadhaar number with the bank account and the LPG consumer number. So this is the first option, and the second option is if the LPG customer does not have an Aadhaar number. The second option, if the customer does not have an Aadhaar number, he or she will directly receive the subsidy in his or her bank account without the need for an Aadhaar number. And under this second option, the customer can give his or her information to the LPG distributor. Either he can give his or her bank account details, to the LPG distributor, or he can give LPG consumer information to the bank. This LPG consumer information means there is a 70-digit LPG consumer ID. Okay. So under the second option, if the LPG customer does not have an Aadhaar number, there are two methods under the second option. The first option is he can he can provide his bank account details to the LPG distributor, or he can give LPG consumer information like 70-digit LPG consumer ID to the bank. Okay, so these are the two options available under the revamped version of Pahal scheme. Okay, so in the first case, if the Aadhaar number is available, then the Aadhaar will be act as the medium of cash transfer. And the second option, if the Aadhaar number is not available, in this case also he or she get the benefit under the scheme through his bank account. Like he can provide his bank account details to the LPG distributor, or he can provide LPG consumer information like 70-digit LPG consumer ID to the bank. Okay, so let's solve a model question. Which of the following is or are correct regarding Pahal scheme? So you should select the correct statement. The first statement statement is it aims to reduce leakages of LPG subsidies through direct benefit transfer. Second statement is the beneficiaries will get the LPG cylinders at market price. Third statement is if the LPG customer does not have an Aadhaar number, then he or she will not get the subsidy. So these are the three statements. So the first statement, it is a positive and general statement, and it is the aim of this scheme. It aims to reduce leakages of LPG subsidies through direct benefit transfer. It is a correct statement. And the second statement is the beneficiaries will get the LPG cylinders at market price. This statement is also true. But the third statement, if the LPG customer does not have an Aadhaar number, then he or she will not get the subsidy. We have already discussed this statement is wrong, because even if the Aadhaar number is not available in the case even if the Aadhaar number is not available, the customer will get the benefits under the scheme through his or her bank account under the revamped version of Pahal scheme. Okay, so we can eliminate the third statement and we got the answer option A 1 and 2 only. Okay, thank you.